The City Heroes Homecoming private server has a new patch on their beta server. It is called Issue 28 Legacy Page 3. I'm Controlled Chaos. In this video, I'm going to go over the main points along with something very important in this video, so you want to keep to the end. But let's get to the main points of this update. This update adds a lot of cool things. They have expanded the difficulty options for a lot of great task force and stuff like that to be +5, +7, plus, or up to +7, should I say. And the only way you can get the 6 and 7 difficulties ones is if you were doing the incarnates that are like Dark Astoria and things like that. So you need to keep an eye on that. By the way, patch notes are down in the description if you want to read every little detail about that, because these are pretty heavy patch notes. But there's a new task force called the Golden Rule. Marigold Zoe Longton's task force is a level 40 to 50 in Khaleesi's Wharf that you can do this. There's also a new story arc in Khaleesi's Wharf called Death Resurrected that you can get from Wally Galloway, level 40 to 50 for this one also. There have been changes to expand the Labyrinth of Fog, and they've added in a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to go over everything in here, but the Phantom Gateway has been changed graphically and has a new look to it. They've also added in cosmetic costume parts as rewards in there. They've added in a new currency for the labyrinth called Nightmare Obels, and basically it starts off with you get one for defeating the first level, and then as you go down levels it adds more of those obels to get, and these unlock a bunch of different things like phantom costume parts, which look very interesting and cool. And they have other rewards, but once again, check the notes. Then they've also done some changes to a lot of tasks. They've made changes to several tasks. I'm not going to go through all of them because some of them, like the advanced modes, have a lot of information in them. But they've also added a bunch of new badges, such as snow warning and stuff dealing with other achievements. Then they have added in, and I really love this one, a badge tracker. So if you go where the badges are and you click on the badge, you can track the progress of that badge. This is really cool and nice there. They also have some other customization dealing with that. You can pin a badge artwork to your personal profile, and this is really nice and cool. It allows you to customize your personal info window a lot more. They've added in a new costume piece for everyone to use. It is on the huge model under hats and faces. It is a troll face, but there is a caveat to this. The horns on the troll face will go through the hats you're wearing, so you want to keep an eye on that, along with the fact that when you change the color of the skin, it will change the color of the horns, not the tusks in the mouth, just the horns. So hopefully during the beta they fix that problem and stuff like that. But they've added in some new rewards, some vanity pets, some salvage, and combat dummies that you can use for training. They've made some changes to the Nemesis invasion. They have made a lot of changes to, or they've changed a lot of enemies and how they work. Mainly Nemesis, they've done huge changes on, and the Toss, they've done a lot of changes on. So much that I can't go through them all. Otherwise, this is going to be a really long video. But here are some other major changes that they've done. Kings Row now has a connection to go to Perez Park. It is in the northeast corner of Kings Row, and Perez Park is in the southwest corner. I think that's really cool. They've also changed, those little highway banners saying, oh, you're heading towards Perez Park. In Independence Port and Skyway City, they've updated those and changed those to be better fitting. They made some updates in Khaleesi's Wharf to the Longston Corp facility and revised the visual effects on there. Let's see what else. They've done some map fixes. They've put in some changes to supergroup bases, such as removed the star texture from the surface tiles on base objects is one of them. On arenas, they have disabled large inspirations, also disabled super inspirations. They've made some changes to the Architect Entertainment. They add enemies. Page 3 Taos additions added to the Architect enemies. They've also added in a bunch of maps. They've added in several of them. They've fixed a map generation issue. They have made some updates to the user interface that are really good. There's a new power set. This is a melee power set. It is Sonic Melee. And this is really interesting because it's basically close quarter sort of scream and hand claps and stuff like that. You see it in the video as I'm playing, and done some things there. For the most part, this works for all brutes, tanks, scrappers, and stalkers. Each of them, the power orders are a bit different, but it's pretty much the same, except for the stalker, you got the one assassin ability, so you swapped out something for something else, and that's okay. They've also made some archetype adjustments, mainly to the masterminds, and the main one that they did to the masterminds is your henchmen, your thugs, and your lieutenants are now equal level to you. I think they should have done a bit better changes because, lieutenants are supposed to be tougher than thugs. I think it should just gone, they go up one notch, so lieutenants are of your level and thugs are one below you type of thing, maybe. It's each server is going to do their own thing, but hey, they're making some adjustments. They've also made a big amount of adjustments to several of the masterminds, such as or mastermind primary abilities such as beast mastery, demons, necromancy has a handful, thugs have a good amount, mercenaries have a handful, ninjas have a handful, and robots have a handful. And they've also done some other miscellaneous power set adjustments, dealing with temporary power pools, prestige, diving rod, frozen sphere, and dampening bubbles. So check those out, and then some bug fixes. Now, the main thing that is important for you to know is that when this patch goes live, the Tequila Manifest will no longer work. You will have to use the City Heroes Homecoming launcher to play on Homecoming. So the manifest itself, they're backing away from that and are requiring everyone to use their launcher, which is actually very stable. I've been constantly using it since they came out with it, and I actually think it's a lot better. Overall, I think these are really, really good changes, and I like them a lot. With the holidays coming around, though, you're probably needing to get gifts for the ones that you love. So go to gamingimagery.com. That's my merch store that has a bunch of different gaming designed products like t-shirts, mugs, mouse pads, and things like that for people who are into gaming. So either put those down on your holiday wish lists, or get for something for someone that's into gaming. Just to let you know, in a couple weeks, if you're watching this from the date this video released, there will be a Black Friday to Cyber Monday sale where every order gets 30% off the entire order. Other than that, I want to thank you for watching and have a great day.